Hi guys, welcome back. This is Alpha Amigo. Occasionally something a little bit different. I'm getting back to a few comments. I answered most of the comments on my last video, which is unusual for me. I don't usually get the time, but I got the time today. And I'm just highlighting a couple of them. And the first comment, now if I don't get to all the comments, I mean there's been hundreds of comments on this video. There's been, where are we? This, by the way, the comments that I'm talking about are the comments on the video. My child is not safe in Thailand, and I accept and appreciate all your comments, and thank you very much for taking the time to comment. But let's have a look at a few that I just want to explain rather than reply. I just want to explain. So this comes from at JMCDEVITT53. There you are. So says the hypocrite who lets his son jump around in the front seat of your car without using a seatbelt. Now I did reply to that. So basically I said I have no say about the seatbelt issue. I am always overridden by my wife and her family. That is the case. So rather than just leave that as a reply, I mean, I just have to I say this because it is my child's safety. And, you know, if I am a hypocrite, I'm a hypocrite. But in this case, I'm not. Because if you've ever lived in Thailand, or if you've been in the position that I'm in, since my son was brought home from the hospital, he's been in the front seat of the car in his mother's arms. Now I know sometimes in Europe they do that because a brand new baby is just too small. They have to put it in the mother's arms in the car. But in his case, we bought a car seat and my wife refused to use it. There was one day I was driving with her mother in the back of the car. Harry jumped into the front of the car with my wife. I pulled in on the hard shoulder, what there was of a hard shoulder, which was very few in Thailand. I pulled in on the hard shoulder and I refused to drive on if Harry didn't get into the back. It ended up in a huge argument. I was called a buffalo and my wife insisted that I drive on because I was upsetting her mother. I am up against a wall when it comes to Harry being restrained in the car. And yes, I am responsible for the people in my car, but usually when I'm driving our family around, there's about 6 of them and 1 of me. And what am I supposed to do? It's Thailand. It's their culture. You can't change Thai culture. So yes, I may sound like a hypocrite, but when Harry's in the car, I do my utmost when I'm on my own with him to put him in the back seat with a seatbelt, but he doesn't listen to me because he's been brainwashed and programmed by her Thai family. And you might say, why don't I put my foot down? I mean, I'd have to get physical with him, and I'm not going to do that. I can't go against Thai culture. Well, you can go against it, but you're going to fall. You're not going to be able to sustain your stance because they're just not going to listen. I mean, that's a fact. I welcome your comment, by the way, and you're right to make that comment. But that's my reply. So says the hypocrite. And this comes in from Stephen O'Shea. Stephen O'Shea, that sounds Irish to me. I think it's irresponsible to change I think it's impossible to change the culture. Yes, it is frustrating indeed. Well, it is absolutely. And Stephen, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say you cannot change your culture. Remember, you're the guest here. You're the eternal guest here. Somebody said that a long time ago, and it was such a wonderful description of Farang. They're not going to listen to you. They don't listen to me. I do my best to keep Harry safe. I do my utmost. They wanted to bring him when he was a baby he had a fever, on a motorcycle taxi. Carry him, and I refused. Then I put my foot down. I absolutely put my foot down. Because I couldn't sit back and let my baby boy be carried on a motorcycle bloody taxi. So I ended up driving to the pharmacy, and it was difficult because it was lashing rain, it was rainy season, there was no parking. But I did that rather than allow my son be put on a motorcycle. I don't allow my son travel on motorcycles. I have an electric motorcycle, maximum speed 35 kilometers per hour, and in Pontoutini I do bring him on the back up to 7-Eleven, travelling at less than maximum speed is 35 kilometers an hour, travelling at an average speed over 500 meters at about 20 kilometers an hour. So I do that. But on the mad roads, on a normal, regular gasoline motorcycle, no way, Jose. No way, Jose. Absolutely not. Between Drinks 8885, that's a great handle. Western rules for roads are far safer. Thais tend to be more free, but at a cost. Well, that's what it is. And that's one of the beauties of Thailand. One of the beauties of Thailand is we come here because it's different. And we enjoy that social freedom that we can't enjoy back home. And how many of you that are watching me, and I've said this before, have taken a motorcycle taxi without a helmet? And how many of you have taken a motorcycle taxi while dressed in t-shirts and shorts and flip-flops? I mean, come on, it's not something you would do back home. But you see, these are the things that we do because we're living in Thailand and it's their culture. Absolutely, it is at a cost. And if you come off, I know a guy. He's actually an ex-boyfriend of a Thai girl who lives here. Very nice, fluent. She's fluent in English. She appeared on the big picture. By the way, I'm sweating because the fan is off because it interfered with the microphone. His ex-girlfriend appeared in a video that I interviewed her on the Big Picture El Panorama about 2 years ago. She's a very good friend of mine. Her son is a friend of Harry's. But her ex-boyfriend from America, he came off the back of a motorcycle taxi. He got brain damaged and he lost a kidney. There you go. There you are. It is at a cost. You're 100% correct. Between the Drinks 8885 and Elmer Gantry 1524. Dave, you are right, but do you make every passenger put on seatbelts in your car while driving? I have tried it. My car is a Toyota Camry 2013. It's fitted with seatbelts for 5. One lap belts in the centre back and proper shoulder belts and lap belts on the sides and obviously in the front seat. But I have stopped the car and told her mother, who was 96 or 7, whatever, to put on a seatbelt in Thai, Sai Kim Kat na crap, and I've told her brother and his wife, and I've been laughed out of it. And my wife tells me to drive on. She doesn't want the stress of me arguing with her family. That's what happens. That's what happens. And this is what I'm up against. And the reason I'm making this video is because I can take it on the chin. I can reply to some of these comments, and I reply to nearly all of the comments, but I just want to let you know I am not an irresponsible father. I do my utmost to protect Harry, but in these circumstances, i.e. Thai culture, it is almost impossible to have your will. To have your will. It's ridiculous. Well, it's not ridiculous. It's their culture. They don't see it. They're genuinely uneducated in terms of road safety. If they were educated, they wouldn't do those things like 4 or 5 people on a 4 and 5 people on a motorcycle riding around the back of pickups and things like that. They wouldn't do it if they knew what the consequences were, or would they? Or is it a mindset? It's a mindset and it's lack of education. It's like the brother-in-law not wearing a welding mask, and he's damaged his eyesight. I said it to him years ago about not wearing a welding mask. Do you think he'd listen? Of course not. I'm a Farang. And we mental Davia that right, 5987. The welding mask lack of saga should tell us all we need to know about your brother-in-law. You said it. I totally agree. The most precious thing you could have in your life is your child. I have 2 who are now grown up, and they are my life. And I always will and always will be overprotective of them. Well said. And Pala Kick, Palakik. Never been to Pontutini. That's not the way you spell it, but I know what you mean. Pontutini. I expect it's nice there, and it is absolutely magical. I could live there. We're going to live there eventually. And a new subscriber, you're very welcome along. Invisible Revolution, you're very welcome. You're a new subscriber. Too many other expat bloggers don't keep it truthful. Well, I can't say much about them, but thanks very much. Yeah, or just Beach. You should have said something. There's no second chances when it comes to your child's life. I'm going to tackle this. I'm going to broach this subject when I see him again, but I'm going to be calm. It's not going to be this week because we're going away for the weekends elsewhere, but I will, and I'll make sure I drive it home to him that I don't agree. I won't say he's wrong, because you can't say he's wrong, it's his culture. But I will say I don't agree with it, and I'm not letting my son go anywhere with him in the future. Absolutely. Well done, well said. And welcome aboard. And David McCann, PZ2SM. I love these handles. You say, I would be interested in your view on the whole saving face thing. I've made videos about it before, and oodles of YouTubers have made videos about this before as well. The whole saving face thing, as far as I'm concerned, because it's not my culture, obviously it's not your culture either, is a load of baloney. It's absolute baloney. You can't be confident that a Thai person is giving you the right answer to your question in terms of direction or anything else because of the saving face thing. It's happened to me oodles of times. I did say, by the way, to within earshot of my brother-in-law, and he was equidistant to where my wife was at the time, Sai Kim Katnakrap, I told him to put on a seatbelt. And yes, the guys who criticise me as being a hypocrite for not making Harry wear a seatbelt, because I don't have the same weight. My word doesn't carry the same weight as her brother, because he's Thai and he's part of the family. What I say means absolutely diddly squat. There you go, and that proves it. And Joe Brennan 439, or is it 4389? It's not worth causing trouble, Dave. Just don't let him go with your man again. You're Irish. Well done. Fair play to you. You're very welcome along. And to a fellow Irishman, you're right. I'm not letting him go with your man again. Never, ever. And not only am I not letting him go again because he puts Harry in the back, he does drink and drive, as most of our family do. Ian Brennan, hello Ian Brennan, you're very welcome along, you're always there. Ian 6922, Ian Brennan 6922 says, sorry Dave, can't take that, I'm so mad at what happened, sorry for you, it's made me so angry, brother. Well, I'm telling you, I was steaming, but if I had broached that subject with him, I would have been very vocal, and it would have been worse for me. I guarantee you, it would have been worse for me, because it would have been all them having one opinion and me having my opinion, and you know that the majority rules, and that's what happens. It's Crazy Fish. Hello, it's Crazy Fish. You're always there. Thanks very much indeed for your comment. She's teaching Harry to lie to save face. Don't let this slide, Dave. Harry needs to be an honest person. There is no notability in lying, regardless of what Thais may think. Harry's safety comes first. You're 100% right. But you see, again, his mother, and he knows this. Children are very cute. He will side with whichever parent, gives him the answer he's looking for. And this is what it is. And when it comes to her family, it goes even more than that. I have to be I saw when my brother-in-law was welding, his 3-year-old, is he actually 2-year-old? Yeah, I think he's 2 or 3. He's a little nipper. You might have seen him in the last video I made about the Lotus position. He was in the background. He was 3 meters away from his grandfather while his grandfather was welding, looking in his direction. I had to put my hands in front of his face, and my wife was sitting there watching him. This is what you're up against. Aussie Terrier 3927, Dave, are my messages getting through? I hope no problem there. Cheers, Aussie. Listen, there's no problem indeed. It's good to have you along. Fair play to you. And JD Shemp, SHEMP, says, sounds like you're the only mature adult in the family. Well, as from our point of view, I'm the only mature adult. From their point of view, I'm the only immature adult, because they think I'm stupid when I try to defend my culture over theirs. And we all know that road safety here is abominable. And even though I'm right, and I'm right, statistically I'm backed up by the amount of road fatalities in Thailand, I'm still shot down. Because they'll never listen. There's 60 people a day die on Thai roads. When is the last time you heard anybody try to make a change to the implementation of traffic laws in Thailand. And this one I don't understand, from Molorenzo72. Find an orphan to date, no problems with family. I honestly don't understand where you come from there, but you can explain that to me. And Tim Walker, hello Tim Walker. Harry doesn't go, Harry goes. Harry told the truth. You had to disbelieve Harry. You are a terrible father. You are a terrible husband. You knew what would happen and you let it happen. How dare he? Now, how dare he? How dare he? How dare he? He was quoting me there. I can't say anything. How ignorant and what a coward you are. Well, there you go, lads. You obviously are entitled to your opinion. That's Tim Walker 2458. You're entitled to your opinion, but you obviously don't understand Thai culture, and you obviously don't understand the dynamic of the family I'm living in. I am no coward when it comes to standing my ground, but I am very mindful of the fact that the more I try to put my foot down, the more animosity there comes from her family, and to have an easy life, you have to bite your tongue. It's a fact. You ask any man who's married to a Thai family, because when you're in my situation, it's not just my Thai wife, it's her family. They don't give a damn what you say. So I didn't disbelieve Harry. I just had to keep the even keel, because my wife was standing behind him, and she told him she indicated that it was a joke, a lie, and then he said it straight away. But I wasn't foolish enough to believe that. But I had to keep it country, because if I had started something, it would have spoiled the whole night, and there would have been so much animosity. I would have been out in the cold. There you go. And it's not I'm afraid to be out in the cold, by the way. It's just the dynamic of the family. You obviously don't understand that. I welcome your comment. And Stop CCP, well, choose a better wife next time. My wife is fantastic. I love her to bits. She's one of the best women you could ever meet in Thailand. I know we have our issues in relation to culture and understanding, but that's just part of the thing. That's the way it is. When you marry someone, you know, when you marry someone from a different culture, you have to accept the fact there's going to be misunderstanding and cultural differences. And this is a major cultural difference, but there's nothing I can do. As I said in the original video, I won't be here forever. And Harry will probably grow up and he'll be in the back of pickups and 3 or 4 on a motorcycle. I've seen university kids do it and high school kids do it. They do it. And there's no way you can avoid it if you're living in Thailand. And I'm not going to bring him to Ireland because I can't afford to live in Ireland. And I wouldn't bring my son to live in Ireland now because of the state Ireland's in. He's much better off in Thailand. But there's things about Thailand that are dangerous, and road safety is one of them. So lads, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a different kind of video, but I just thought I'd have to, I won't say defend myself, I'd have to clarify a few issues because so much came up there. Thank you very much for all your comments. I really do. I appreciate all of you, and it's wonderful to have you. And make sure you keep those comments coming, and I'll keep coming back with my replies, and I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Thanks for joining me.